Yeah, so we've been working with a lot of people lately, anyone just with that hunger to really be building, and even just whether it's money or mission, usually, as you've been saying, it's two, there's
Money,
usually
mission, or both.
a draw for one or the other early on, and we legitimize both of them because for some people there's just a trust in the technology, and then the money really matters to them early on, and so it's much more about that. For others, it's a lot about this social responsibility to be sharing these patches out with everyone they know, stranger or loved ones. And otherwise, it's a combination of both, and tapping into people's why is important, but also really getting it as simple as which one is it and which one feels more important, and just echoing that back to people. So we have really just jumped on with people hungry, dived fairly deep into teams if they're just ready to go or their sponsor's not that ready to go yet. And we're just noticing a few things around what needs to be an urgency towards the word manager. When it comes, Andrew's going to share a strategy, but when it comes to the person that is being patched, even if you're helping someone else become a manager, which we'll talk about, you don't even have to be a manager to help someone else become a manager, right? And so we've got people on team whose people around them have become manager before them, and they're great leaders and secure and just they're running as well, but it's been right place, right time for others. And so really what we love to talk about fairly early on is just that sense of getting your first four. So Andrew's going to just speak into some of this strategy that's really working for people. And then if you want to take it and run, but we're definitely in this group here on this becoming manager, we're always going to talk about your four, just your four, what for today, what for this week, because it really is as simple as partnering with those four people.
Absolutely. So we're going to call it's a simple just campaign called Find Your Four. And this is what we're going to be doing until everyone's a manager, and talking more about other things after that. Because when you find your four, you become a manager. Then when you help four, and of course you're still going to be partnering with other people as well with this health technology. When you then have your four and become a manager, then you help them become managers. Then when they become managers, and if you have four of your people become managers, you only need two to become director. But when you have that third or fourth, it means it secures your spot as a director. So then you help them become managers, you become a director. And then as a director, you help four people become directors, then you become a senior director.
Two people.
You only need two people, but we're doing the 4x4x4.
Yeah.
So that like many of you or different people on our team that sometimes have dropped because some of their managers or directors have dropped because they haven't had, and we've had this issue as well. Just basically the whole ideal is helping everyone to become manager, becoming manager making machines. That's what this is all about. And so bring it right back to who's your for, who's your for. How can we get your for? So there's lots of information on This Is It team, and we use that information. We want you in This Is It team, but really keeping it basic all around. Firstly, getting to manager, not needing to overcomplicate with the technology and knowing everything about it. All we've done, especially from the early part, is we knew a few things and we had a lot of testimonies. We had ours and we had other people's, and that's how we shared. And we just got on the phone, we got on the text, we got out there at the dog parks, and we just talked confidently about this technology. And it's all about just getting your four. It's like anything. Once you get over that four, honestly, it actually becomes easier. It doesn't become harder. It's like a mental barrier is broken when you become manager. It unlocks the what do you call it? Cycle bonuses of that starting for you. It basically helps you to realize you're starting to build a business, and you've now got people under you that want to thrive and want to grow. So it's really just about finding those four. So here's the campaign. Were you going to say something?
Yeah, when I love what Sue just said earlier to Gay, as she was saying, well, they're not interested right now. The four isn't just the four on your list. it's the person on the list that might say no, not yet, or it's always a no, but it's always just a not yet. No, a no is never a no, it's a not yet.
Exactly.
But what Sue just said is, you're saying, no problem. Who else do you know that needs this technology, or who else do you know that needs this opportunity or this money, or whatever way you're going into that conversation? So when you say you might have the first four, when it's a no from one of them, it's just through them maybe to someone else. And that's really what we're doing, is we are asking to always have four. And if that four is a no, you're just going to the next person. So this is the find your four is about finding four that lean in and auto core, advanced, or premium on an auto ship and move to manager. So keep that four in mind, but remember it's your list is 20, but you're going for the first four today.
Exactly. So having that list is as someone
Perfect.
Raylene, perfect. Having that list of 20 or 30 and really exhaust it. Take time to sit down and really exhaust your list. You're going somewhere, are you?
Yeah, I'm right.
Okay. Exhaust your list of writing every person's details down of who you could contact and share about this technology, but it's only four. So even just dumbing it down in our brain to go, I just need four to start. Who is my four? So the first thought about that is understand your goal. Like, what is your goal about this? Because if you're not focused on it, it's never going to happen. And so what's your goal? What is it for you? And really believing who those first four people could be. Then use thisisitteam.com for scripts and templates if you need it. Well, we've provided the training videos if you need confidence. I mean, I just listened to some of this teaching around this business last night. If you buy a franchise, I did my MBA and franchising was part of one of the modules, and it's part of my dad's background as well. When you buy a franchise, you've got hundreds of hours of time that you have to commit to understand that franchise. And that commitment is part of the contract for you to buy it. Plus, usually it could be 500 grand or 700 grand to buy into the franchise. That's before you're making any money. And usually, like McDonald's, which is where I started in life, or one of the places I started when I was younger, is you got these guys that are multimillionaires in their 60s having to give weeks at a local McDonald's to learn the business before they can open one up themselves. And I never got it as a kid because I'm like, why are they doing this? It's because they needed to learn the system to be successful. And so we've got to keep learning the system to be successful. I have to say, and as we're getting more into this, I'm probably going to be a little bit more frustrated with a smile, because some people quit so quickly, yet they've done nothing. They've done none of the This Is It team. They've done none of the work, and they go, oh, this doesn't work, or this is too hard. And I'm like, imagine if that was parenting. Imagine those of you that are parents out there that after a couple of weeks, we're like, oh, we haven't asked any questions. We haven't read any books. We haven't connected with anyone to help with this. We go, oh, I'm done now. I'm just going to hand the child back. Well, you can't. Yeah, that's forever. With this business, the way I see it is, we're going to just keep growing in this. You're going to have good days and up days and down days, but This Is It system and everything else we provide helps you to be able to do that as business building resources. So, her grandchild. The good thing is you get to hand them back. Apparently, looking forward to that. Some don't, but that's true too. So, what I'm saying is, we've got to learn the system, but don't overcomplicate it with that either, because there's a lot of information and you need a couple of things to go for it. And the people in your world that trust you. So I've said to a friend only 3 days ago that we've known for about 15 years, and we've just been back in contact with, we've been in and out of contact for years. I said, hey, we've never been in on anything like this in our life before. If you trust us with the amount of years of trust that you have with us, can you just do it for 90 days? And that should be your language for people who you know personally. And for people you don't, it's still hey, you may not know me. Here's a whole bunch of testimonies. It's 90 days. When you actually look at what this costs for a coffee per day, the value of this, and compared to anything else that you would spend that in a month on, now I say a coffee or a wine a day. And if I profile them as a beer drinker, I'll say a beer a day. So it does sort of convict a little bit to go, it's only a bloody beer a day. Like, why would you be saying no to this for your health? That is your wealth. And so looking at all of that, but just keeping it simple with, okay, 90 days for your health for $5 a day, give this a shot. And so
before we
go into that,
so one of the strategies is a video I'll send you. It's on our new boards app, which is releasing Tuesday. So we've kind of been waiting for that. It is where one of the girls, Kendall, who went straight to the top, and Sue was at the conference itself, Unleashed, where they trained after the Vision Conference. I'll give context to this recording just so everyone that's not on it gets it later. David Schmidt's a genius, an absolute genius, no doubt about it. Conference was incredible. Water's coming, everything else is coming, but in a sales business, which is what we are responsible for simplifying it, not complicating it.
right.
And so Unleashed took all that incredible vision and all the science and all the incredible things and took it and said, no, we're staying X39 in our focus. We're not talking about anything else. Kendall, one of the girls that went straight to the top in 9 days, she has a 10-minute video on how to circle back with someone on a scale of 1 to 10. How interested are you in this opportunity? Even if someone has been approached, but if you've approached someone for their health, call this thing an opportunity. Start to practice in your language. How interested are you in this opportunity? The reason why you even want to call the technology an opportunity is because it is. It's an opportunity that no one even understands yet, is nowhere in the world. We launched a couple last night who have spent over $500,000 on technology to help their little boy heal from leukemia. The results they've been seeing in the last few weeks in their son.
Just 2 weeks.
In 2 weeks, they said the world will catch on to this. The whole world will catch on to this technology. They will not be spending $500,000 like we are. They'll be patching their children and patching their grandchildren and telling everyone else about it. And we can't believe we are in on this opportunity now. And they're not just talking business, they're talking the opportunity to help people heal their own bodies. And people fly all around Australia into her practice to use her technology. And there is no one she's letting into her practice now come and use the technology before they've been patched. And she's telling every single one of them, don't even bother coming here till you've had a month on the X39. And that is how convinced. And she would happily never put someone on her hyperbaric chamber again if they're X39ing and they want to spend the money there. So we are around people right now that even the patch is an opportunity, not just the business. And I think it's something we all need to be picking up on.
Exactly. And I just want to keep saying it, for the price of a coffee or a wine a day. Like, that's the mentality, because everything's about value, because your friends will go out and spend $800 on a plasma TV if their plasma breaks, or they go and they blow $150 at a restaurant without even thinking about it potentially. Like, everyone has a value system. It could be on, certain people that are into crochet spend thousands of dollars on crochet. I couldn't think, anything worse, but for someone else, that's their deal. Everyone has a value point. And so they're helping people. It's becoming an evangelist, like you become an evangelist for this product for those two reasons: mission, because you actually really do care about people's health. And then for the finances, for your life and theirs. Because we sat with someone at a restaurant cafe 2-3 days ago, and Vanessa was just bold, knowing her background and some tragic past, and trying to get out of some bad cycles. And she's like, would you join my team? Do you want to get financial freedom? Can I help you? And she's like, yes. Didn't even know about anything about the product, but she came in with, like, do you want to join my team? Do you just want to get out of this and have freedom? So there is so the two aligned is so powerful, and it's just finding your four and having that boldness that people's health matters, And if they don't, honestly, if you're with someone that you go, they don't care. They're going to keep smoking, drinking, eating, whatever they want. And really they whinge and complain, but they're not changing anything.
No.
Move on to the next. Because honestly, they're just going to drain you dry. But then there's someone curious that goes, oh, I want help in my health, or help, or both in my finances. And they're the one that bing, next one. And then before you know it, you've got your 4. And it's like hunting for it. I hunt for it every day. Every day I leave my house, or even in my house as I text or whatever, I'm like, who's the one today that I can connect with, that I can share about this technology? So it's really about finding, can everyone just write in the chat, find your 4.
Find my 4.
Find
right?
my 4.
Find
my 4.
My 4.
If it's something that becomes a language, now you might have already found your 4 and you're now helping others to find their 4, then you're keeping this mantra of helping them with this. Find my, thank you, Sue.
Find my 4.
Others
wake up in the morning and say, I'm gonna find my 4. I'm gonna find my 4. I'm gonna find my 4. Now, here's the last thing I'm gonna say on this one towards manager is, and then
I'm going to talk about the launch, because that's all part of the
So
campaign.
if you want to stay on just the way we're going to do it today, because we really want to get this out to people. So now what we're going to do, if you can sound great, if not, no problem, just for the sake of this recording, because we're getting it out to everyone today.
Half an hour, isn't it?
Yeah, but we really wanted to catch this time because you guys are amazing at showing up. Basically, we're going to talk right now about the commitment we are willing to make, literally like all day, every day between now and Christmas, apart from when we've got stuff on. Our commitment is to launch online every single person that's hungry to hit manager and help make managers.
No matter how long you've had this business, even if you've been in it 6 months and you haven't hit manager yet, let's launch it, because you haven't really launched yet. Till you're a manager, you haven't launched.
Yeah.
And so what we want to do is we want to book in times where we do a Zoom launch, half an hour. You get up, you say hi to all your friends. And what you do is we just believe for 5 or 6 people or more. Like if you can get more than that, fantastic. But let's dumb it down a little bit than thinking I've got to have 20 people on the call. 5 or 6 people.
Exactly.
And honestly, if no one turns up, no one knows, because you can't see who's in the chat. And we do it. And then what we do is we do this call with you. You say hi to everybody. Great to have you here. You reach out firstly to all your friends and go, would you support me? Would you help me? I'm launching this new business about health technology. I'd love you to just come and see it, but I'd just love to have your support. Amazing how many people who don't really maybe at the time care about what you're launching, but care about you, that will jump on. And so what then will happen is you'll get on, say hello, then we'll do the presentation, we'll finish, we'll answer questions, we'll press stop recording. Then we'll answer any questions that they have, so you can see what to do yourself on how to do that. And then you have that video recording to send to anyone in your world to go, hey, I've just launched a business. This was my launch. You could do it on two speed if you like, but I'd love you to listen to it. And then you can come back and go, hey, did you listen to it? Can I help you with an order? Like, it is a very simple system that we're helping you with. We're prepared to spend hours doing this, and up until Christmas, launching all of you. We have people like Sue Dux, who has her own team that she'll be doing this with, and others that are directors and senior directors working with their team. And we're here to help with anyone that we can in our overall team to get as many people launched and to manage it by Christmas. It's just about find your 4. If you're really motivated, find your 4 by Friday. That's going to be my new language. Find your 4 by Friday. So 5 days, if we can get those last couple over the line, or those first 4 over the line. And here's the language as well you can use, because people psychologically it connects to go, hey, would you be one of my first 4?
Love it.
You will love being one of the first. Would you be one of my first 4? And especially with some of your buddies, like I think of you, Martin, with your golfing buddies, people that love you and are great mates with you and have been hearing about this. Hey, mate, you guys play golf all the time. You can afford this. Would you be one of my would you be one of my first 4 in this? And I'm going to do really well in this financially and help a lot of people. It's going to help you too. Would you be one of my first 4? And let's make you manager by Friday. So find your 4 by Friday. So that's the campaign.
I'll jump in there. to the person that cares nothing about business, you'll never use the word manager just because it's a word in business that helps you rank.
Yeah,
We're
you never
gonna
use manager.
dumb it down and just say, do you want to, can we, oh, sorry, I got you wrong.
What are you talking about?
You were telling them they'll be manager, but we're
Yes.
just saying, will you be one of my 4? Absolutely. But we are practicing saying to people, a lot of people have been kind of on when it comes to helping other people become managers who don't even care yet about the business. We're teaching them, don't even use the word manager. You just use even to your own people coming on, who are 4 people that you know, because we are helping everyone share this with 4 people.
And everything begins to unlock at that manager, title. So it's
Exactly.
just a title, but it's the get you 4.
Yeah.
It's find you 4. So that's the campaign that we're going to be running, and that's all we're pretty much talking about. Unless you're already a manager and we're helping you to get to a director, that's all we're talking about is just find you 4. Who's your 4? And go around and ask your buddies, would you be one of my first 4? Would you be one of my first 4? And I just think we're going to get people to manager, one after the other by Christmas, and become manager making machines. And this campaign doesn't go anywhere from now on. This is all we're talking about. For anyone not to manager, it's find you 4. It's find you 4. That's it. Find your 4. Who's your 4? How can we help you to get your 4? And then launch you with your Zoom. So you own that intellectual property. You own that video that you can send to anyone in your world across the world, and then start signing people up and getting them their financial and their health freedom back.
So call to action is you are going to get back to us about a commitment to a date. About a commitment to a date for your launch, and we're going to give you a script to start inviting people. You don't need to have it be further than about 7 days out. People forget anyway. It could be in 3 days and people will still come.
You'll have a file very soon on just the detail about this, and then we'll do a quick little video around it, and that's all you need to go find your 4.
Amazing.